Hello everyone. Today we will see what the Hawthorne effect is. Many of you might have heard the term Hawthorne effect. It is a very well documented phenomenon that affects many research experiments. To know more about the Hawthorne effect, we have to look back into history and talk about the early 1900s. It was the years before the Great Depression, when the manufacturing industries grew at tremendous rates throughout the world. The economy flourished throughout the 1920s. The unemployment rate was very low, or you can even say that it never existed. Industries were making huge profits. Although the profits were high in all these industries, workers had a tough time. Their wages were very low and their working hours were very long. The working conditions were also very harsh. The power and authority was solely and entirely with the management. During that time, the situation at the Western Electric Company, also called Hawthorne Works, was a little different. Here, the management thought about their employees. For most of the 20th century, Hawthorne Works had very dedicated employees, assembling the world's finest telecommunication equipments, ranging from home phones to very sophisticated military radar systems. They had an industrial relations branch that looked after all aspects of employee relations, like training their employees, providing them health benefits, education, and also giving them advice on savings and much more. Western Electric Hawthorne Works was just more than a manufacturing company. It was like a self sufficient industry with its own hospital, fire department, police force, etc. In 1924, Hawthorne Works, along with the National Research Council, began to administer many series of research experiments to find out the factors that were influencing the productivity in the Hawthorne plant. Though the Hawthorne experiment was a collaborative effort that included many researchers, it was Elton Mayo who became famous for his experiments at the Hawthorne plant. In the experiment, they checked whether improved lighting in their workstations increased productivity. They did this experiment in extreme brightness and also by decreasing the light. No matter what the variations in the intensity of the lighting was, the production kept increasing. Surprisingly, the production even increased in the control room where the lighting remained constant. They did many experiments in which they focused on other physical factors like rest periods, work hours, monetary benefits, and many more. Researchers found that there was increase in productivity every time when changes were made to their physical conditions. This made the researchers think that changes in productivity might not be related to just changes in physical conditions. When the researchers interviewed all the employees who were involved in these experiments, they concluded that the employees were not responding to the changes in physical conditions, but rather to the increased attention they were receiving during the research experiments. This led to what is called as a Hawthorne effect, which is that people tend to change their behavior when they are being observed. Therefore, Hawthorne effect is also sometimes called as the observer effect. So, Hawthorne effect can be defined as a phenomenon in which people tend to change their behavior in response to being watched or supervised. Therefore, the Hawthorne experiment, which began as a study into the physical conditions and its effect in productivity, it concluded as a series of studies into social factors like the influence of attitude and motivation in group setting, the importance of group dynamics and group norms, and also the influence of interpersonal relationships among employees. Hope you understood what the Hawthorne effect is, and thank you for watching.